Welcome in. We're grounding the space, we're relaxing. Breathe into that root chakra. Letting the space become calm, warm, and strong. Sorry, my glasses are fogging up. I just got out of the shower. But how are we feeling tonight? How is everyone doing? Victoria, how are you? Welcome in. How are you feeling? How is your Wednesday? I can't believe it's Wednesday. I'm so confused. The week is flying. The day is flying. I give myself permission to be grounded and unearth this topic of closeness. Unearth the feelings of closeness. Allow myself to be more communal with others. To accept all kinds of relationships, romantic, platonic. I am good. Thank you for asking, and thank you for consenting, Sophia. I allow myself to spread my wings energetically tonight as we move through this topic of closeness. I'm sorry, guys. My glasses are gonna be fogged up for a minute here. Getting further down into that root chakra, connecting with earth. Thank you, Lawrence, for liking the live. Digging deep into the earth, like giving the earth a hug. Thank you for reposting, Lauren. And hang on, let me wipe off my glasses, see if it'll help a bit. I am safe, I am secure, I am calm in my connection with the earth. They are. Thank you, Victoria. I thought I would try a new frame. I don't know how I'm feeling it, but I'm wearing it. But thank you. We are good. How are you, Jackie? Welcome in. Hello, Denise. How are you? Clearing everyone's energy as you come in. You are stepping in a blah, blah, blah. Can't talk any better tonight either. I'm going to blame this one on the well, it's not a super moon. It's a blue moon happening on the 31st. So it's a double full moon this month. We have 2 full moons this month. That's what I mean by double, which is why it's called once in a blue moon, because that doesn't happen very often. But you are in a divine space where you are protected, surrounded by angelic white light, surrounded by the archangels as we move tonight. And thank you, Lauren, for liking the live. Oh, Karina will come in, sit back, relax, and thank you, Lauren. I think you reposted the live as well. Thank you so much if I didn't tell you that. I allow myself to embrace closeness. We're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. We're going ahead. I embrace closeness. Oh my goodness, Sophia. And thank you for the roses, Denise. I embrace, I embody, I allow myself to move through any uncomfortable pieces of closeness. Right now, they may just be a feeling coming up in your body. I feel a lot of it coming up in the hips. We don't have to name it just yet, but be cognizant of it and tell it it's okay to come to the surface. It's okay for this uncomfortableness to come up and to leave, to move it from the body, move it from the aura. Move it out of the nervous system. Oh, were you asking what you slept through, Sophia? Nothing yet. We have a blue moon happening on the 31st. So what it means is there's a second full moon in 1 month. Normally you just get 1 full moon, 1 new moon. So it's a very special event. It is in the sign of Sagittarius. While the sun will be in Gemini, we are in Gemini season. So if there's any Gemini babies in here. So it's a very dreamy, yet it's underscored by this fire of Sagittarius. It's, you know, we're coming to a place of power, a place of recognition that we are both like these fiery, powerful beings that can bust through any obstacles while remaining very grounded and secure in what we do. We can dream and we can go and we can run while having this very like grounded base to operate from. Does that make sense? I'm a Sagittarius sun and Gemini rising. I love it. So that will be on Sunday the 31st. Link is in the bio to grab your candle. We'll be here at 9 p.m. our normal time then to do our ceremony. So this is like another portal that we're stepping through. I even put it in the email. This is another portal where if you're really ready to just be like, okay, let's flip the coin. Let's go the other direction. Let's try something new. Let's go big. Do it under this full moon. You can do both. You can release at the same time as calling in that magic, calling in those dreams. Ooh, sinking a bit down lower into the root chakra. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live, and the Go Populars and the Heart Me. Welcome in. I give myself permission to create space to address what I fear about closeness. Thank you, Dylan. I need something new. This isn't working anymore. Oh, Moss. Well, we have a good opportunity coming up on the 31st. So join us. We'll be here. Link is in the bio to reserve your candle. Set the intention for what you want. And thank you for liking the live. Set a big intention. Set one that really vibrates with your heart and soul. The one you can feel down in your intuition that's like, yes, that's what I want. Lauren, welcome in. How are you? And thank you for liking the live. How are you feeling? I release any feelings of embarrassment around closeness. Ooh, especially embarrassment around rejection of closeness. Whew, that's gonna make me burp a little bit. Instead, how do we need to approach this? Universe, can you say? We need to, thank you for the roses, Jennifer. And, oh, this is, I'm sorry, this is not psychic reading. This is divine channeling, collective healing. And thank you for liking the live. And I'm good, Lauren. Thank you for asking. I still had a bit of a headache today, but we're gonna get through. We're gonna make it through. All right, so how we need to address the sphere of closeness. Thank you, Melissa, for liking the live. And Moss, how are you, Melissa? We need to bring in some beautiful pink loving light towards yourself. I love my own energy. I'm so glad you do, Jennifer. I love my own energy. I love how I stand in my energy. Yes, Damien, so many of us have had headaches, so I don't know if it's like the Schumann resonance acting up. And thank you for following, Jennifer. And thank you for the heart me. But there's got to be something going on for a lot of us to have like these intense headaches. I can't remember the last time I've had a migraine quite this intense, and then it would like go away and then it comes back. So it's kind of nuts. Really? Oh, and I'm so sorry, Lauren. And thank you, Jennifer, for liking the live. Boba, I love boba. I do. All right. I love the way that I love others. Ooh. How does that feel? Claim that. I love the way that I love others. And I allow that to be more recognizable. I allow that to be shown more intently and intensely. Intently with intent and in intensity. I gave the heart me the boba. You can modify it now. Wait, what? Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, thank you. Yes, and drink water while we energy heal. Stay hydrated as we move through these big topics. I give myself permission to openly and honestly give my feelings, give my emotions over, and I let them land. How does that feel to hear that for a minute? How does that feel in your energy? Wait, you can do that? I had no idea. How do you do that? You can tell I'm not really on TikTok other than to come here and be with you guys. Chantal, welcome in. How are you? Chills in your spine. Yes. I really want everyone to get comfortable with this concept, this idea, this action. Thank you, Dylan, for liking the live. of giving out your feelings, giving out your emotions. Thank you, Scarlett, for following. Welcome in. And just letting it land. And however it lands, you're okay with it. You're accepting of it. You're confident in it because it came from a place of truth for you. Click on the fan club and you can do it. You can't modify it for your live, but we can. Where's the fan club? Am I an idiot? I think I'm an idiot. I don't do a lot of stuff on TikTok. I've only been coming live for how long now, but I don't play around with gifts and stuff. Wait, no, that's subscribers. I'll figure it out. The heart at the top. Oh, wait, this one? No, that's not it. Wait, I think I found it. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to do it while live because I think it's going to take me a minute to read through all of it, but I think I see what you're talking about now. That's really cool, though. All right, so when you give your emotions over honestly, then your work is done. You're probably like, well, what? It's done. Like, well, I wanted them to reciprocate. Yeah, and I get that. And if they didn't, your work is still done. You did what you needed for your energy. It landed. And now the lesson has come. And it's time to move forward. Does that make sense? Is that rattling some of you a little bit? Don't worry. It's not going to keep rattling you. It is going to empower you. It is going to make you stronger. You are going to move further beyond this. Also, letting your emotions come out. Now, we're not talking about letting yourself run wild. We're not talking about running around in dysregulated energy and just saying whatever, whenever. We're all about emotional regulation here. We're all about, learning from ourselves, really diving into what each emotion is telling us. Anyway, so now back to what I was going to say. When you let yourself honestly express how you're feeling versus holding it in all the time, you are allowing yourself to up-level energetically. That's even energy work. That's energy work you can do on your own without a healer, without a session. That is energy movement and up-leveling. So not being afraid of admitting something and seeing how it lands and letting yourself learn from the experience. I give myself the promise to foster closer relationships. Ooh, India, welcome in. How are you? I am going to butcher your name. That's a lot of letters that I am not sure of what sounds they make. Lucy, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. All right. I will foster closer relationships. I will allow myself to be more communal. I feel like for some of you, this is stretching you a bit. You're like, oh no, India, I am so sorry. And I'm good. Thank you for asking. I've just been having like a headache on and off, like since Sunday, really. Really interesting. But a lot of people said that they're having headaches. Sharzad, how are you? Welcome in. We're too surface level. We need to go deeper. Are you ready to go deeper concerning this topic of closeness? Because I feel like we're just kind of dancing around something. And we don't do that here. It's not what we're supposed to do. Taking a big deep breath in. Breathing out. Yes, Melissa. And telling yourself, saying to the universe, I allow myself to surrender to the healing. Yes, Victoria. I allow myself to surrender to the truth. I allow myself to surrender to the divine. I allow myself to see myself in the divine mirror. Thank you for liking the live. I'm not sure how to say your first name. I want to say Chow, but I'm pretty sure that's not correct. But thank you for liking the live. Breathing in again, all the way down to that root chakra. Breathing out. I allow myself to reveal my truth and not be embarrassed. Thank you, Chantal, for the roses. And thank you, Martha, for liking the live. I let my deepest truth be revealed and I am not embarrassed. We are all here doing the same thing. Thank you, Amalia, for the follow. Welcome in. We are all here healing together. We are all here before the universe together. Every single one of us is in the same space. We are in the same realm of energy. Woundedness. Okay, of course, woundedness. But let's go deeper into woundedness. I'm hearing I don't have enough to provide. Thank you, Chantal, for the roses. And thank you, Martha, for liking the live. I identify in my energy the fear that I don't have enough to give other people. Thank you for the TikTok, Chantal. Yes, you do. You have enough to give people. You will find the right people who are accepting of what you have. Overgiving too. Yes, that makes perfect sense with feeling like you don't have enough and giving too much. Thank you, Martha, for liking the live, and Chantal for the TikTok. Thank you. Hang on. Let me use a little bit of spray. We need to amp this up just a little bit. We're going to use the Motivation and Success from Luna Love, the woman who taught me Reiki all those years ago. My woundedness is not a crutch. Ooh, thank you for the heart me. I totally missed that. I am so sorry, Chantal. My woundedness is not a crutch. My woundedness is not an embarrassment. Oh. My woundedness is not the hindrance I have made it out to be. Now, this isn't me saying your wound is not valid. That's not what I'm saying at all. What the universe is saying is that your mind has painted it in a much darker light than what it is. Does that make sense? So it's, gotten into your head a little bit. It's gotten into your psyche a little bit. Thank you for the donut, Chantal. And hang on a second. I don't know why. I think it's just a really soft song. Oh yeah, it is. It's like a deep. There we go. But this wound, at its core, is not your downfall. It's not your pitfall. Does that make sense? I release from the core of my being this woundedness that has held me back, this woundedness that has told me that I am not enough, while simultaneously causing me to overgive and deplete myself. Who's his mom? I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Molly, for liking the live. Welcome in. And thank you, Martha, for liking the live. Oh, I'm now seeing, thank you, Molly, for the heart me. I am now seeing this, it's kind of like an egg-shaped glass encasement, if you will, around your energy. We need to break this. Molly, Dylan was saying something about that too, and I'm like, I totally miss out on all of that. I know sometimes when I get on TikTok, it's like, oh, we've added 22 cents to your account for doing something. I'm like, what did I even do? And how are you? Thank you for the hand heart, Chantal. Thank you so much, Chantal. All right, so let's break this glass bubble, or it's actually egg-shaped. I give myself permission to let myself be raw, in raw form, in unpolished form, so everyone can see all of my cracks, all of my crevices. Oh, this is tying back. I'm so glad you do, Karina. This is tying back into what we were just talking about. You know, being enough for someone. These two are connected. I've been told that before about having a protective glass shell, but only I can break it. Oh, Stephanie, so that is true. What we can do here, or how we work here, is that what I'm saying from the divine is helping your energy move, helping you have that aha moment, like, oh, that's how I break it. I didn't realize that this is what was keeping this wall up. I didn't realize, you know, these things were connected, but now I can release. Does that make sense? Going in deeper into this glass encasement. Thank you for the winks, Martha. Yeah, going back to that word unpolished, I allow the unpolished version of me to be revealed. Oh, this is, okay. I remove from all spaces and places the societal ideas of what a polished person looks like. Thank you for the heart me, Chantal. Ah, so you don't feel like it's something that keeps you too closed off? Because you can still stay very protected. I'm just kind of speaking in general to other people who may read that comment, be like, well, what do you mean break my protection? You can be very protective, but still allow yourself to be seen, to flow. And sometimes you can be too protected and, you know, be too small and not allow yourself to experience. So there's this fine balance. You can have layers of amazing protection that still allow you to flourish. Thank you, Martha. And thank you for the donut, Chantal. And thank you, Stephanie, for liking the live. Going deeper, we're still on the word polish, 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 polish. Who is worried about being polished? Let's keep moving in this. Let's flip the word to rugged. Let that land in your energy and see how that feels. I allow myself to be rugged. I allow myself to show the experiences that I've had throughout life. That's what makes you interesting. Oh, Chantal, Victoria, yes. Your experiences, these, I'm seeing kind of like a person who's on a ranch and they've got some dirt on their face and their hair is kind of disheveled and, you know, their clothes are a little dirty. But as I'm looking at them, I'm like, you are the most interesting person in the world to me because I see everything that you've been working on. I can see it in your energy. I can see it on your face. I love this. So getting more comfortable with the word rugged. My experiences are not to be kept away, to be hidden away. Appropriateness. Okay, going deeper. Feeling like this ruggedness could be inappropriate at times. Finding the balance between authenticity, and Victoria, I think I'm hitting on you again, with needing to be professional. You can have both, you can do both. You draw these boundaries, these very loving boundaries between yourself and others that allow you to still, Victoria, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm tapping into you real hard. Rose, it is on the 31st. It is a Sunday, so we'll be here Sunday night at 9 p.m. And link is in the bio to grab your candles. Oh, the list is open. I've got it up early this time. And thank you for the perfume, Chantal. Yes. Okay. So let's go further into these boundaries that we set up. So we're going to place and everyone can do this, whether you feel like you're needing this in a professional capacity or not, you can do this. We're going to put up these boundaries. They're clear. They're like a clear energy that's in front of us. So it still allows these more rugged parts of us to be seen so that people can see the full, this is going to sound like a weird word, but go with it, see the full flavor of who we are while maintaining a certain distance. Now, I know this live is about closeness, and it's like you just said the word distance, and we're talking about closeness. I know I did. I know, but stick with me here. Maintaining a certain distance so that you don't get enmeshed in an inappropriate way. Because as we cultivate and we craft closeness, there are steps to it. It is a cycle. It is a buildup, and different relationships are going to have different levels of closeness that are appropriate. Like, for instance, a client of mine in here is looking at this in a professional capacity. There has to be a certain level of distance to then create a better sense of closeness. Does that make sense? So by drawing these boundaries that allow you to let yourself be seen, but not have someone come inappropriately close in and feel like they can cross a personal boundary in a professional capacity, that actually makes the relationship deeper and richer. Am I making sense here? I literally need boundaries at work. Oh, Karina, yes. Definitely in a work capacity, in a professional capacity, you can still be you and allow your ruggedness to be seen while maintaining these boundaries that are healthy for you, healthy for the environment you're in, healthy for whatever your goals you're trying to achieve at work, whatever relationships you're navigating at work. This headache is still affecting my speech, and I'm going to blame part of it on the new moon or the full moon as we draw closer to it. It's some kind of crazy energy this week, but don't stress. We're going to move right through it. It really feels like a reset, like we're resetting some sort of clock this week. Like we're resetting, I just keep seeing it, well, it's more like a dial. We're resetting a dial to get better tuned in as we move through the rest of actually it's the end of May. So as we move into the next month, really. I have boundaries, but I just end up alone because everyone betrays me. Oh, Stephanie, I'm so sorry. I would definitely, and speaking as someone who has been there, done that, everything that I say in this live is something I've experienced. Everything that I say that comes from the universe is never a judgment of anyone. I would definitely examine the types of people that come into your sphere. Because we definitely attract certain kinds of people, based on the life experience that we have. For instance, I'm someone who had been someone who attracted a lot of emotionally avoidant people. That's what I grew up with, and that's what I knew how to navigate. And while it's very stressful dealing with more emotionally avoidant people, that's what I gravitated towards, right? So we definitely we will gravitate towards what is familiar, not always what is healthiest for us. Thank you, India, for liking the live. I feel like a diamond under pressure. I love it. Oh, and also let me add on to that statement that I just made. That is not removing responsibility from anyone who does anything shitty to you. Not at all. If someone does something shitty, they did something shitty, and they need to own up to it, and you deserve an apology, and you deserve acknowledgement for what they did. So I just wanted to add that on to that. Because I hate when people, and I've seen it done before in various spaces, not just the spiritual healing space, where they kind of use statements like that to remove responsibility from the other party and kind of make you feel like crap. And that's not what we do here. And thank you, Stephanie, for liking the live. Cassidy, welcome in. How are you? And I saw your message and I squealed. Holy shit. I love it. I am so excited for you. That's incredible. I think I sent you back like a bunch of crying faces and then like hearts. I love it. All right, let's clear a bit more energy. Let's clear out those auras. Let's breathe. Take a big deep breath in. Breathe out. Oh, I feel some fire building. Here we go. Building up some confidence. Like, oh, it's safe out here. I can show myself a bit more. Yes, it is. I love it, Cassidy. Sometimes, like we talk about all the time, sometimes it's hard to see just how far your work is taking you because you're really in it. You're deep in it. You know, people outside have an easier time seeing it, but when you're in it, you know, it takes some work to be like, wow, I'm actually moving. And then before you know it, you do something crazy, like get on stage. I love it. All right, let's go deeper. This fire that's building. This is gonna sound a little silly, but we need to say it. It needs to be said this way. It needs to be acknowledged this way. I allow myself to be viewed as goofy. I feel like for some of you, that's kind of something that makes you go, ugh, cringe. I can be viewed as goofy and it's okay. I can be viewed as goofy and still be taken seriously. I don't know if you've met me, if you've been in here for a minute. I stumble over my words. I say crazy things sometimes. Here we are. And I have a business and I have clients and I have people who come to me. I have people who work with me very seriously. You can be goofy and taken seriously. Cassidy, I love it. And thank you for liking the live. I release from my thought pattern, I release from my subconscious that any perceived silliness of me is incorrect. Thank you, the modern medium, for liking the live. I think that really comes from the older generations that we have grown up with. Like me, for instance, I got to grow up with I think they were actually called the greatest generation. It's the generation following the silent generation. Victoria, I love it. And thank you for the follow, the modern medium. They were born, well, actually my great-grandfather may have been considered the silent generation. And then my grandmother, I think, would have fallen into the greatest generation. Thank you for the donuts, Cassidy. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, it's not really so important what their generations were. They were born in the 20s. Thank you for the heart, me, Leela. They kind of had that mentality that you acted a bit more serious. Not that they never laughed or never had fun, but you just tended to be more reserved in life because too much silliness, too much openness, wasn't received very well. Or I think I would describe it more as people just didn't know what to do with that. You know, they were then raised by a generation who was more about societal structures and manners and all of that. Does that make sense? So some of that still has trickled down into today, making us feel like we can't have, more sillier, lighthearted attitudes, especially in a professional capacity. I think of my grandparents who were that generation. I never even saw them dressed casually, always so serious. Yes, they absolutely did. And they also were a generation who didn't consume as much as we did, or as much as we do. In their childhoods, you normally just got like maybe a couple of really nice outfits, and you had one working outfit, and you only maybe had like one pair of shoes. So they were very much of the mindset that you take very good care of what you have because that's what you get. You can't just go to a store and buy another shirt so easily. So they just had a very different upbringing and also access to, products and things. We could talk at length all day about, you know, what influenced them, but the point being, again, that that has still trickled down into today's society. I wish I could do that, Stephanie. No one taught me any of that. But my grandfather was a much more forward-thinking person. Like, he wasn't one of those older men who wanted his daughters and granddaughters to be a housewife. Like, he caught up with the times. He lived with the times. He knew that his girls needed to have an education, his girls needed to have a job. So those things just really weren't passed down beyond his wife, my grandmother. So he was very cool in that way. He was like, my girls got to know how to do more than just be homemakers. All right, so now diving back in, now that we've traveled down memory lane a little bit, which can always be nice to do as we go on this journey here. All right, I think we broke some ice in the heart around that as we were talking about that. I think just acknowledging that it actually does come from somewhere, and it's not I'm hearing for some of you are like, oh, I thought it was just part of like a personality defect. No, it's not a personality defect. It's just a mentality defect. No, it's not a personality defect. It's just a mentality that came from these older generations. That's it for liking the live. And that really left a big scar on a lot of people. My grandparents, again, they were, for those who don't know and haven't heard me talk about them, my grandparents were well off. They owned a John Deere store. They got in very early. So they were very comfortable. But my grandmother would have a diamond ring on every finger, and she would be washing saran wrap in the kitchen to reuse. I'm not even kidding you. That woman washed saran wrap. She rewashed Ziploc bags. We had tons of loaves of bread in the freezer if anything happened. It impacted them very much. And thank you, Leona, for liking the live. Welcome in. How are you? All right. Opening up the heart a bit more. Ooh, heart and sacral. We're going to go into at the same time. I give myself permission to blend together the perfect mix of leading with heart energy and leading with precision. How does that feel? Oh, welcome in, Leona. I am so glad you're here. And I'll give everyone another reminder. Thank you for the heart me. We are having a blue moon. So that means a second full moon to get your intention candle. So we are under the sign of Sagittarius with the sun in Gemini. So we have this incredible duality of this dreamy nature, to dream big, to want to be a part of bigger spaces. Also with this fiery, very grounded, very precise energy. So having this immense, thank you for the level up, Leona. It says level up sparks. It looks like a cake and it looks delicious. But anyway, so this very juicy, dreamy duality of like, I'm gonna dream big and I'm also gonna be, so this very juicy, dreamy duality of like, I'm gonna dream big and I'm also gonna be here in reality and bust through anything in front of me. I am not afraid of it. I am not shying away from it. So if you feel like you need some of that energy for your intention, whatever goal you are setting for life, link is in the bio to get your intention candle, and we will send it out into the universe, and we will heal together, we will up level together, we will move together on the 31st. I love that, Leona. And thank you for liking the live. Ooh. What was that? It's like someone's throat just choked me up a little bit. What is going on? Okay, dreaming too big. Okay, I know we're on the topic of closeness, but this does really dream big about anything that's going to hinder you a bit. Let yourself have some fun. Let yourself admit that you are a dreamer. That's what's happening in the throat. I allow myself to claim, I allow myself to speak, I allow myself to declare with my words that are as smooth as, we were just talking about cake, as smooth as cake icing. I'm seeing like this purple icing, it's so pretty. They come out smooth as icing, that I claim my divine future. I claim the future ahead that is just full of luscious energy, that is full of soothing energy, that is full of energy that makes me feel complete. How does that feel? I feel like that moved some junk out of somebody's throat. We needed that. Thank you, Ashley, for the follow. Welcome in. Let yourself be free. And that starts with you being able to admit things to yourself. Admit things while you're sitting in silence. Let yourself say them out loud to the universe. Let yourself feel those words vibrate in your energy. The universe is saying, do that for your dreams of closeness too. What do you envision? Oh, Leona, I'm glad you're back. Is it glitching for anybody else? Is everyone else okay? On my side, it doesn't really tell me anything if it glitches, other than like if I'm offline. But do this for closeness as well. What is the ideal relationship, whether it's amongst friends, romantically, work relationships? What do you want them to feel like? How do you want them to move? Speak out loud about them to yourself. Oh goodness. Is it working now that you're back in? The only thing I get, you can't see it on my side, but it's like a little green dot right here that tells me that I'm live. In the past, it's gone like yellow and red to indicate my connection, but it hasn't been doing anything today. Good, I'm glad it's better. Good, good. I feel like that I need to say this for someone to kind of get the ball rolling, to spark that courage, to spark that movement. I declare that romantic relationships should flow like honey, should be as smooth as butter, should feel like I'm just gliding. This is not unrealistic. I feel like for some of you in your minds, you're like, you know, all these other relationships I've been in, they've been struggles. So like what I'm looking for doesn't exist. Yes, it does. Now that doesn't mean that you're not gonna have moments where you do struggle in your relationship, where you do have some hard conversations, but you can have that person who is going to sit there with you and work it out and make it smooth as butter and make it flow like honey, who wants to be just as committed as you are to not leaving things, you know, sore. And I'm hearing salty. I don't know why salty. And thank you for liking the live, user. It is in existence out there somewhere. You just have to find the right energy. You have to find the person who is on that same wavelength. And I don't want to say, notice I'm not saying your wavelength. I'm saying the wavelength of being committed, the wavelength of finding flow between your energies. Does that make sense? That to me is even more empowering than saying, I want to find someone on my wavelength. You're saying, no, I want to find someone who is wanting to be committed to that divine wavelength where we grow together, where we explore things even further, where we learn even more and we become even better. Okay, but for real, you're speaking to my husband and I, Leona. Let it flow. Take all of that energy. Take it all. I love it. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. So I want you to really think of that when it comes to developing the closeness in your relationships. And that may, for some of you, be a concept you might have to sit with for a minute, because we constantly tend to think of, okay, I want someone who's simpatico with me, right? But this is a much deeper sense of closeness. This is like a wavelength that like can't be broken, is what I'm hearing, as wild as that sounds. It's like, because this is a wavelength that goes beyond, it goes beyond like our humanness. Does this make sense? Oh, we need to explore this more. I like this. I need a pen. Hang on. We need to do something with this. Come on, paper, before I lose it from my brain. Channelings like that, I will lose what I said in a matter of seconds. Closeness beyond our own wavelengths. Divine wavelength. We'll see what comes of that. So yeah, sitting with that, moving through that, exploring that some more. Thank you, Riley, for liking the live. Welcome in. Oh, I've been sitting on this thing the entire time, and it's been pulling my arm and driving me nuts. I don't know why I didn't just pull it out earlier, but anyway. Okay, now where shall we go, universe? I'm seeing water pour out between the heart and throat chakra. This is very interesting. It's like a waterfall coming out. Universe, what am I needing to know about this to push through? Oh, okay, this is a declaration from the universe. So you know how we were talking about earlier, like giving too much in the wrong places to the wrong relationships? The universe now declares that you will not give too much, you will not over pour, you will not spill over. Even though I'm seeing this waterfall, it's like a waterfall that's continuously fed. It can't run dry, but we're making that declaration that we will never let it run dry from here on out. When it comes to closeness, I never let myself dry up, because, oh, I'm not pouring into the vibrations. I'm seeing like this spiky vibration come at me, because I'm not going to pour into these vibrations that seek to poke and prod. Oh, so that goes back to something we were talking about much earlier in the live, attracting certain types of people. Maybe we have noticed that we have a pattern of attracting a certain type. Like for me, I've been someone in the past who attracted a lot of emotionally avoidant people, because that's what I was used to. That's what I knew how to navigate. That was really kind of my only like version of love that I knew for a very long time. So we're no longer pouring into these poking and prodding, these energies that feel dry. Declaring that here and now, letting yourself break the pattern. Thank you, Martha, for liking the live. Letting yourself see the pattern, declare the pattern. Redirect yourself so then you can pour into something that feels so smooth. How are we feeling over there now about closeness? I think there's more to come on this in some way. Thank you, Sharzad, for liking the live. Some way, somehow, there's more to come on this on closeness, but we have opened a box. We have opened a door. We've opened a portal of energy around this topic of closeness tonight. We've started something. And don't forget, we will be here Sunday night, May 31st, for the blue moon, the Sagittarius blue moon. The moon will be in Sagittarius, the sun in Gemini, because it's Gemini season. The Gemini baby birthdays are coming up, right? So with this being the second full moon in a month, which is rare, that's why that saying has come about, once in a blue moon, because I think it's only like every couple years or so that we have 2 full moons in a month. So it is a special portal. It is a special energy. It has fire, it has dreaminess, it has such an up-leveled, elevated energy to it. This is where you can flip the page, you can start a new chapter, you can start writing a whole new book. The point of it being newness, the point of it being turning around, stepping into fire and dreamy energy at the same time, embracing both, being emboldened in both. So if you're ready to add that into your journey, if you're ready to use that energy to further your journey, again, link is in the bio to grab your intention candle for Sunday night. We'll be here Sunday night at 9 p.m. All right, let me start tucking you in nice and snug. Whatever kind of energy burrito you'd like to be, but for sure a nice and warm one, a snuggly one. Tucking in the edges. Good night, Lauren. I feel like this live flew. This is insane. You are so welcome. I really feel like we just started. Good night. Wrapping you up, sealing you up. Good night. Good night, good night. Maybe if I can press the button. Oh my God, my finger is not registering on my iPhone for some reason.